know Joe Rogan was a good friend of Anthony. And obviously we lost him. We lost him because probably he was in a dark space of a man that was surrounded by light. And I filmed the last show. The last show he's ever done for CNN, I did it with him. So if you go to Asturias, you will see the last show he ever filmed. And it was hard. Every time I go back to Asturias, I try to stay in the same room he stayed. Because I feel it's the closest thing I have to keep connecting with his spirit. But Tony, Tony was that one person that always cared so much about the voiceless and the forgotten, the immigrants. He's a man that didn't have easy, until he became the person he became. Was not like his life was full of, the golden, what was the Wizard of Oz, the brick? He worked hard, that guy. And for that I respect him the most. And he was a good friend of his friends. They always have a word of wisdom. I think, if anything, in this moment that we needed the most, in a moment that they are all telling us what we need to be hating the ones that they are not like us, what we need to be afraid of the ones that don't share our same beliefs. In a moment that we have certain voices that sometimes they seem the loudest voices, that they are only trying to tell us why we need to fall apart because that's in the best interest of everybody. When we all should be working together to become the best version of ourselves. That was Tony. And the lesson there, which is another lesson for all of us, I know we are all going to be in one moment of our lives, even when we think we are at our strongest moment. That there's going to be moments that maybe we are not as good or as perfect, or we don't feel we can hold it on our own. And the only thing we have is each other. And I know it's been, with Joe Rogan even, we share that feeling. Like you feel you could do more. I know Eric Ripper, his very good friend. We all have that guiltiness, and we were supposed to get on a plane, we were supposed to keep calling, and I came to realize that maybe yes, that we all need to do a little bit more for each other. That we need to be there for the people we love, when we feel good and strong, because one day they will be there when we feel weak and alone. And that's the legacy of Anthony, a person like myself, like probably many of you, like we are not perfect people. We all have our weaknesses, we all have our shortfalls. But like when we began talking about my mom, I decided I'm not putting anything away of certain things that maybe were supposed to be better. But yes, I'm going to be celebrating the amazing things my mom did for my brothers, for myself, for herself, for my father, trying to become the best version of himself. I know Tony was that person too. He was trying to make everybody around him better. And that's what you hired to do. That's what we all have to do. Because we own it to each other. And that's the type of leaders we need.
Yeah.
Republican or Democrat. That's another religion. Leaders that lift up every one of us, that bring the best angels inside all of us. That's how we need to go. And if on top of that they know how to fix what's wrong, even better. Because you tell me the perfect place in the world. If it exists, please write me a note and tell me what it is. I want to join you. The best place in the world is the one that understands that we have shortfalls, but that we will only overcome every one of those shortfalls by being next to each other, respecting each other, giving dignity to each other, and loving each other. I am Jose Andres, and
no second half.
Ted, we have 1 minute.
Can we do a cooking class? I mean,
Yeah! Woo! Let's go!
people look like
Take
they're
two.
ready for something else.
Here's what I'm not going to ask you another question, so we'll be here another 2 hours.
I got your answers on
But I
that.
want to here's what I just want to reflect something of you back to you. This book, Change the Recipe, because you can't build a better world without breaking some eggs. And so I'm going to do something that I did earlier. I'm going to share your words with you. It's okay. No, it's not going to...
Before you go to that, can I say the word some? Before all the issues with the price of eggs, without breaking eggs. When we saw the issues with the economy, we added the word some.
Some eggs, not all the eggs. Because eggs are expensive.
So that was a very important
reality that we've been forced to live under.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You can experience, this is Jose Andres' words in this book. You can experience much of life in the chaos of a kitchen. Things go right until they go wrong. You may be missing the ingredients you need. You may have more mouths to feed than you expected. In the middle of dinner service in a restaurant, the computers crash or the dishwasher breaks, and you need to roll up your sleeves. After a hurricane or a flood, or in the middle of a war, you rarely have everything you want. Food supplies are disrupted, communications may be down, kitchens may be destroyed. I would add, federal departments may be deleted. Friends, neighbors, and loved ones may be illegally deported. The underpinning of the principles for which we all stand together may be undermined. And you say, that's when you change the recipe. So when we are dissatisfied by the options on the menu that we did not create, let us remember that this is our kitchen. And we can get in there and we can change the recipe.
Get connected with your neighbors. Let's do this thing, huh?
Thank you.
Thank you, Jose.
It's four recipes in the book. One of them is the best omelette in your life. 1 egg, 1 spoon of mayo. Your life is going to change forever.